Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to my weekly Sunday card reading. And this spread will cover April 28th to May 4th. So we are moving out of another month into a new month. Hopefully, if you're here in New England, we'll move past April showers and really bring forth May flowers. So I have been in a period of observance, and I have mentioned a few times to my support system, have you noticed that the grass is so green? And I have this beautiful yellow bush in front of my off my deck, and it's so yellow. And it just kind of is a reminder of how when things are new, they're so bright and so vibrant. And it can get really easy to get caught up in have-tos and shoulds. And so for this week, I would like to tap into the energy of Mother Earth and really encourage you to just check her out and admire her beauty. The trees right now, before they get their leaves, are these beautiful flowers. Spring, I always forget that spring is one of my favorites, but when spring explodes, it is, breathtaking. So if you haven't had a chance, it's almost like when it rains, and I'm really speaking for New Englanders, I don't really know what it's like in other parts of the country, but here, it's like there's miracle grow in the rain. And after it rains, like the grass and the flowers, they just explode, and they're so vibrant right now. It really just kind of lights me up. The bushes are so green, and the birds. One of my favorite things is going for a walk, and I'm seeing all sorts of birds right now, and I can see them because the trees aren't covered by leaves yet. So the richness of the cardinals that fly by me, and the bluebirds, and I hear the mourning doves. So I am just being stimulated by nature and absolutely loving that. So I want to share that with you for this week. So I chose, we had Earth Day on April 22nd. It kind of flew by, and I was in Easter space last week, so I don't want to let it pass by. And of course, Earth Day is every day. It's not just one specific day, but I want to tap into Mother Nature's energy this week. I want to tap into her creativity, her growth, her expansion, her beauty, her essence. So I chose the cards this week based on that. So I am going to start with Crystal Angels. And then I'm going to pull from the Archangel Animal Oracle. And then from the Butterfly Oracle cards. And then I also chose the Angels of Abundance deck, because our abundance and prosperity comes from the earth. Money comes from the earth. I've got crystals here that come from the earth. Fire, this crystal energy here. So I want to tap into the energy of abundance as well. And then finally, I'm going to finish up with Earth Magic from the Divine Queen herself. So let me begin by opening up space. So I want to invite in all our guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light that would like to assist with this guidance, and specifically the essence of Mother Nature, the divine feminine energy, growth and expansion in all her glory, all her feelings and emotions. I ask for their assistance, and ask the messages that come through me for all of our best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. Keep in mind that these readings are timeless. So even though I'm channeling for a specific week, it doesn't mean that if you pop back at my channel and watch any of my readings, it doesn't mean that it can't resonate with you at that time. So also keep in mind it's a general reading. So just take in the messages that really connect with you, and know that the others may be for somebody else. I'm connecting into the Earth Angel Collective, and right now we're in a lot of different spaces. So, all right, so Crystal Angels, what message do you have for us this week? What would you like us to know? I think I'm going to pull this card. It's sticking out. Clear quartz. Beautiful. It's very cleansing. So So the message says, let yourself feel all your emotions. I love it. It says your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. I have been working with clients for this last month in April on emotions and feelings. Clear quartz is a very cleansing stone. So this stone right here is Moroccan quartz. And quartz is a transmuter of energy. It's very cleansing. It's very grounding. So if you have clear quartz at home or some form of quartz, there's all different kinds of quartz. This may be a great stone for you to pick up this week and meditate with, or bring it with you. Maybe if you're a female, you can take it and maybe stick it in your bra or stick it in your pocket, and keep it with you. So I'm feeling maybe this will be an emotional week for people. One of the messages I'm getting right now is keep your nose out of other people's feelings. Or it's none of your business. How do I say it? It's none of your business what other people are thinking and feeling. Now, that doesn't mean be a jerk and not care about their feelings. But what I'm saying is, so there's saying that I was listening to this motivational speaker years back, and it was something that really was profound and stuck with me. And it's a model of what I use even in my work and working with clients, and how I can offer them support. And he was an insurance salesman, and he was a public speaker for other people who were selling insurance. And one of his messages was that he learned, all you can do is all you can do. And if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. So I'm getting that for this week. And as I say, keep your nose out of other people's business and emotions is almost like you can only do so much to support somebody before you're pulled outside of yourself and it affects your own time, energy, and resources. Now, that does not mean that we can't care for other people, we can't take care of them, but you really have to be mindful of your own feelings and emotions first and how you're giving. Maybe practicing this week the energy of giving and receiving and flow. This may be a week where things happen, maybe in the world or in your family or work dynamic, where your feelings and emotions come up. Know that it's good. One of the emotions and feelings that has been a trigger for a lot of people lately has been resentment and anger. A lot of people struggling with anxiety. And being able to breathe through that energy and to bring your mind back to the present moment can be powerful. But it really is not necessarily helpful when you're suppressing that anxiety or those emotions, when you're like, oh God, here it comes. I've got to fight it. I've got to suppress it. I've got to act like it's not happening. Sometimes when we give the feeling and the emotion time to move, and process through the body, it can be very healing. But it also can be the same effect for the good experiences. So last night I was spontaneously offered a ticket to go see the country music band Alabama and Charlie Daniels. And it was Alabama's 50th anniversary tour. So it was amazing to be there, of this group who is in the Country Hall of Fame. They have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I'm sitting here in the stadium by chance, like it literally just fell into my lap. Thank you for my friend for thinking of me. And so the second to last song they played was Angels Among Us, and it is one of my all-time favorite songs. And I got to sit there in the stadium and hear an entire stadium of people singing about angels. Like, I believe there are angels among us. Like, that is the word and the vibration. And it was so awesome to be in that energy. I was savoring it. So the beauty of course, modern technology was able to record it. So if you're friends with me on Facebook, go check out my video. I posted it and it was so powerful. And so sometimes when you're in these experiences, you don't realize that you're having the experience and it's a really incredible moment until you think about it after the fact. So when I got home last night, one of my thoughts was, of course, I would be guided or attracted somewhere where there'd be an entire stadium of people singing about angels. Now, I had no idea what I was in for. It was like a few hours before the concert, and I said yes, and I was like, yes to invitations, yes to all things fun. And so as we're allowing feelings to move through and emotions, it doesn't necessarily have to be the sad ones or the difficult ones. It can also be the really good ones. And so I sat there last night, just kind of like laying in bed, just contemplating the experience. And I just laughed and I was like, of course, God, you would put me into a place where there was an entire stadium singing about angels, and I felt so loved. I felt so cherished. And I just asked God, bring me more experiences like this or something even better. So I really feel like one of the messages the universe wants you to really savor and cherish the happy moments, the synchronicities, the aha moments, being out in nature, experiencing the wind and even the rain on your skin, the sun on your skin. Really get into the depth, and that right there, you're connecting with Mother Nature. That right there, you're connecting with the higher power, God, source, creator of the universe, whatever that energy is for you. And that is the true manifesting power. So if you've been in a negative funk lately, here's how to move through that. But again, you've got to take action and you've got to really kind of get yourself. So it's not a matter of more that you have to do. It's about being in the present and having that experience. I could have said no. I had clients all day Saturday, and I could have said no. Oh, I got clients, I shouldn't. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I feel like I want to be there. That sounds like something fun. So maybe just asking the universe to send you invitations and gifts and just being open to receive from the divine and feeling all the feels. Remember, when you're in a negative space, give yourself permission to feel it out, maybe anger, resentment, frustration. Give yourself a chance to feel it out. Get some support. Come see me for a divine guidance session. Go to therapy or go to a friend that you trust. Get outside. Allow the universe to support you. I think it's important right now for your growth and expansion. Many of you Earth angels have been doing a lot lately, and I feel like this is guidance to just let Mother Nature and let the divine support you. All right, so let's get a message from the animals. Archangel Animal deck. Let's see. Look how beautiful these cards are. Very cool. Purple's my favorite color. Okay, what message do you have for us this week, animals? Healing. Oh, there we go. Hedgehog. Very cool. The message is, oh my God, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. I just love when, I'm channeling and it just reaffirms and reiterates. Look how magical that is. Beautiful. Look at the hedgehog, little cutie. So be a magnet. So actually being aware of your feelings and emotions is one of the intricate parts of manifesting and creating. Creating and manifest is a very feminine energy. Men and women both embody it. And so there's a lot of feminine energy right now and a lot of movement. We have Archangel Gabriel here. Angel Gabriel is the visionary. He's the angel of communication. He is the angel that helps us speak our truth. So the message here, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. So feeling all the feels is part of the process of manifesting and creating. So it is important to be in touch with your feelings. And I can tell you, if you're swallowing back and you're angry, so basically it's fuming on the inside, but calm and cool on the outside. If you're in that space, I can tell you you're going to create more situations like that. Now, that doesn't mean we can't transmute it, boop, like the drop of a dime. But we have to do that by being mindful of how we're feeling. So when I savor those emotions, and I can tell you, when I feel lit up, my whole body just feels giggly on the inside. I feel whole and complete. And I'm in a space where I don't need external things to fill me up. Money, material things, people, music, things like that. Although those things are really great, if I need to depend on them to fill me up, I'm not in good space. Now I have to say, I've also personally struggled with the energy of loneliness. And I know it's an emotion that I need to embrace and understand and move through without going to external things to fill the loneliness, because I can tell you, when I do that and I give in to the loneliness, I attract things that just aren't healthy for me. Food, people, experiences. So I have this experience like the concert last night where I feel amazing, I feel vibrating, I feel lift up, but it's just coming out of a period of feeling loneliness. And so I've also learned to embrace the good and the bad and know that it's all a teacher. So I share this with you not to be like, oh, poor Gladys. And no, I think everybody feels loneliness at some point. I think that's why we look to external things to fill a void. But I'm also learning how to fill myself completely. I'm in that process of, I call myself a recovering codependent, needing people to need me and needing to be loved in that space. So I just share a little bit about my personal journey. So maybe if you're in that space too, know that there's an opportunity to learn from it. So being able to be in that sad place, and then also being able to be in that space last night where I was lit up and feeling amazing. It's just such a wild ride, and that's that part of living. And I can tell you, I am reinforced within, and there's more and more of a solid foundation. So I no longer make decisions and jump for things that I know are going to fill a temporary void, and allow myself to create more beautiful things of substance. And really that is the key to inner peace and inner happiness. So I feel like the hedgehog is coming into that space of teaching us that we can be magnetic. So I want to read the book on this one, because I know hedgehog has beautiful medicine. These cards are still relatively new, so I know I've pulled hedgehog before, but I just kind of want to check in. So, okay, so hedgehogs originate from Orion, the plane of wisdom and enlightenment. It says, despite their prickles, they radiate harmlessness so that humans feel safe with them. They make people laugh and feel happy. This allows them to open up to the universal information in a way that lets them absorb wisdom. These little creatures work with the beautiful Archangel Gabriel. They radiate his pure white light and blaze a trail of it wherever they travel. Within it are held the keys and codes of happiness, peace, clarity, and other ascension qualities. The angels of Orion sing over hedgehog, and the angel sonics purify the area around them. This helps you heal your past and light up your future. Their service is to consume unwanted grubs. So if you're a nature person, connecting with hedgehog energy can help bring up, I can tell you, light, laughter, joy. That is what is going to open up space to bring more of that in your life. If you're in that prickly state and you're like that grumpy, prickly, like snappy, guess what's going to happen? Like the universe is just going to hang out and wait for the storm to pass. So think about being around somebody who's ornery or prickly. Sometimes we don't realize that we can put that energy out there and then wonder, like, where is everybody? Like, what's happening? Where are you, God? Do you know where I'm at? So it doesn't mean we have to be perfectly happy all the time. We have to, be joy and laughter. But if you can feel all the feels and allow the emotions to move through your body, it lessens the impact and speeds up the recovery process. So cool. So let's get a butterfly transformation card, because I know a lot of you are transforming, you're growing, you're expanding, you're outgrowing an old space that you've been in and really kind of you're really like, what are the words? You are, how do I want to say it? I'm sorry. Let me think for a second. moving into a new spaces. That's what I want to say. You are moving into new spaces. You've outgrown a space. Literally, people are moving like all over the place, moving jobs, moving homes, moving relationships, like all over. It's happening fast. So a lot of you have outgrown a space that you're in. You've done so much work that the universe is saying, let us support you in that move. All right, butterflies. What message do you have for us this week? Okay. Oh, support. I mean, basically the universe is saying, you can do it alone. You can. You certainly can do it alone and on your own and by yourself, but you don't have to. And it will be a lot easier if you open space to support from Mother Nature, support from friends and family, support from angels and guides and God, whatever you resonate with. So I feel like this is a message is saying, maybe you'll have a wave of all different kinds of emotions this week, but know that you need to be mindful that you're manifesting or you're creating that energy that you're putting out, and know that you can call on the universe for support. There are people out there who can offer you comfort, support, teach, and inspire you. Sometimes, there was a point, was it last year? The beginning of last year, 2018? The years are kind of just blending now at this point. I think it was the beginning of 2018 that I felt very alone. Well, loneliness has kind of been a thing for me, but that's my own stuff. That's just my own stuff. So I wasn't allowing people to support me. I wasn't allowing myself to open up and be vulnerable. And I felt like I had to keep everything inside. I felt like I had to figure it all out. I felt like I had to make things all happen. Since I've asked God for support, I have manifested some beautiful, amazing, stable people in my life. So maybe you're in a space where you feel like, oh, I'm the one that supports everybody. Oh, nobody's around when I need support. I say all you have to do is talk to God or the universe, your higher power, whatever that is to you. Talk to them and just give that energy permission to bring supporting people in your life that you can benefit from. And I have to say, that's what happened to me. But I do have to say, I had to be willing to let other things go and being able to release them. If they were about to go, I allowed that energy to move on, people, places, things, and ideas. I allowed them to flow away, which opened up space for the new. Which, when you're in a period of releasing and not yet in that place of receiving, there's this period of this journey where you're kind of singular on your own. And that's the space that I've been in. It's almost like when Jesus would leave a village or a town and he would walk to another place, really not knowing. Jesus didn't roll around with a motorcade that carried all things for him. He really just relied on God to provide for him. And so a lot of us are in that space right now where we're walking the journey. We've outgrown one space. We've done all we could in that space. And this could be even an emotion. It could be, maybe you're outgrowing your fear. Maybe you're outgrowing your money problems and you're like, yeah, I'm just fed up and sick of it. And so you're outgrowing feeling that way. And so in a sense, you're on this journey, walking a path to financial security or happiness and being of service in a job or something that you really enjoy. But know that a lot of you right now are in this space in infancy and you've left it, but you're not yet there yet. And so Jesus didn't really travel alone for the most part. He had his prophets. He had his team of people that supported him on the journey. They believed in him. So you really want to ask God to send people in your life that believe in you, that are going to support you. Not those people who are going to be like, oh no, you shouldn't this, or oh, why would you do that? Or people who are just going to kind of mock your feelings of excitement. When you think about doing something, and it lights you up and it really inspires you, be really mindful who you share that information with, because people who are not in the right space will totally shoot it down. They'll totally axe it, and it will deflate your bubble. So I feel like we're in this space right now it's a very powerful time of manifesting, which means lots of feelings and emotions are coming up, but you don't have to go through it alone. You can have supportive people who can really light you up and really champion you on. But remember, it's a singular soul path. Soul as in singular, and also soul, S-O-U-L. So not everybody's going to get it, and you can't expect everybody to be on board with you. Like, you don't have to understand it, but you can also like fill me up, and you can also help me and just water me, and just, what am I trying to say? People don't have to understand it. But you can express to them that they don't necessarily have to understand, but it's important to you, and you'd appreciate it if they would be supportive in that aspect. Or you can appreciate if they would maybe move out of the way if they're being a block, or trust you that you know what you're doing. So sometimes it takes expressing things like that for people to understand. So I hope this is making sense. Let's get into the abundance, as we were just talking about money and abundance and support. So support doesn't always necessarily have to be paid support. You can get actual just support from the universe, and just even laying down on a yoga mat and feeling the ground at your back, or going outside and standing with your feet in the grass. Feel the support of the earth. I mean, really, we are just a planet suspended in the middle of nowhere, figuring things out. So thank God for gravity. So think about the expansion of that. And if you can give yourself an opportunity to go outside and even lay down with the earth at your back, or maybe on your floor with the earth at your back. Maybe you have a basement and you can go and feel the concrete on your back. It really gives you the feeling of being supported. And when you're in that place of supporting, I think one of the yoga things is feel the yoga mat at your back. Know that yoga has your back. Forgive me, I'm not a yoga trainer, but I've taken yoga classes, and I think that's been a theme. Like, feel the mat at your back. Feel how stable it is and how grounding it is. So maybe this week, getting out, and if you're feeling unstable or you're feeling emotional all over the place, just allow Mother Nature to ground you and anchor you. Just be still. Okay, let's do it. Abundance angels, what message do you have? Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Partnership. Do you see that? Let me just move these cards out of the way here. Again, more partnership support. So the message is, allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So if you doubt it at all, which I don't think you do at this point, partnership, support, knowing that you don't have to go it alone. The beautiful thing I saw here was, allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career. And it says, and both parties benefit as a result. So when you allow somebody to give to you openly with a full heart, and you receive it generously, it opens up almost like bigger space to give and receive. If you are constantly going out there physically or energetically, emotionally saying, nope, I got it. Nope, I can figure it out. Nope, I can do it on my own. Nope, I can handle it. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to feel alone and isolated and bitter. So I feel like, again, one of the big messages is knowing that partnerships and unions. So even if you're in a business, so I am in a business where it's really just me, but I co-create with other people, with other businesses, whether I do opening ceremonies, whether I teach classes at their location and support that energy financially. I co-create and work with people, clients. We work together in partnership. And I think that's just the beauty of being able to give and receive. But I also am being mindful of, okay, when I'm receiving extra money or I'm receiving compliments or even receiving from the universe, even that concert ticket, being able to say yes to it. I'm super excited about it. We all had a good time. So I feel like that's that part of knowing that as you become a really good receiver, other people are going to benefit as well. And also know you're receiving help from heaven. And a person who brings needed skills and resources. Again, if you don't know who those people are yet, all you have to do is be opening to receiving and letting the universe bring it into you. All right, it's getting a little long, so I'm going to be mindful of time. Let me call on Mother Earth, Earth Magic. What final message do you have for us this week? What message? Oh, there we go. Ooh. A whale energy. Breach. So I know whales, when they jump out of the water like this, it's like they're putting a frequency of divine messages out into the universe. So let me pull out the book because I really don't know a lot about this deck, honestly. See what whale has to say for us. Doo-doo. Okay. So the message says, it's time to take a break. Not just a coffee break, but a respite from the usual environment you found yourself in. That trip you want to take? Go for it. Tired of being indoors? Make it a point to get outside. You have become so attached to your surroundings that you've created within them an illusion of safety. Yet it is not these things that make you feel safe. Rather, the familiarity you have imbued in your surroundings have generated this false sense of security. So some of you may have gotten complacent. Some of you might be in that place. It's good enough. It's good enough. Oh, I know I should do this. I know I should let people in. I know I should reach out. Everybody, we're humans. Everybody needs love to some degree. Now, we want healthy love. We don't want unhealthy, wounded love and codependency. I can tell you, a lot of people who are in relationships are shifting that vibration. There is this gigantic dynamic happening in relationships. I can tell you that. I mean, I've seen it just this month alone. There is this dynamic, and a lot of us are up-leveling. We're moving out of just what that book said. The being attached to your surroundings that you've created within an illusion of safety. A lot of people are in these relationships, all different kinds of relationships, out of convenience. But yet there's this pull inside that says, I want more. So I feel like whale energy is telling you that we're being called out of these spaces. And I'll tell you, change isn't always pleasant in a way where it comes easy and effortlessly. The rest of the card says, taking time away from the familiar is literally about changing your external environment in a significant way, such as doing something unusual or perhaps something you've always wanted to experience. Another perspective is breaking through the barrier of beliefs that have constricted you in any way from being who you truly are. It says this is your opportunity to do some intentional breaching of these thought patterns, which will open you to different worlds and perspectives. So I'm feeling like this is a week of reflection and perspective. And how are you settling? How are you compromising? I do a lot of work with mediumship, and one of my most favorite things to do is connecting people with their loved ones. It is such a beautiful gift, and the messages I get from people's loved ones are profound. And more often than not, they say that life is short. It goes by so fast. I can't even tell you how many grandparents I've connected with and how many of people's parents I've connected with, and they wished they followed their dreams. You know, we lived in a generation where it was like, well, women should do this and men should do that. And I can tell you there were a lot of people's loved ones that would come in and saying, man, I wish I followed that path of being a dancer or being able to sing. I wish I followed that path of, you know, not following my family's footsteps and exploring other parts and, you know, doing other things. And it's become such a constriction. So I think a lot of people are in that space and wanting to break out of the mundane and what society says or what the TV shows says that you should do and you should have and you should feel. This material world, I can tell you, is sucking people in, and there's more depression, there's more addiction, is at an all-time high, and it's coming from being stifled and looking externally for things to fill you up. And I can tell you there are millionaires and billionaires out there who are in that place of not enough. You know, I see it all the time. So it just goes to show you that there's depth to experience, there's depth to the connection of this divine and this faith or whatever this higher power is for you. So wow, powerful messages. I can tell you, friends, God's going to start speaking a lot louder. We're going to see a lot more disruptions in the world, and it really isn't for us to get caught up in. You know, be a beacon of light, and that's how you transform energy. Remember, things need to get shaken up. You can't have change without change. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. So trusting in your feelings and your emotions. Like I said, lean on a support system. All you have to do is be open to receiving guidance, and you'll be amazed at how the universe shows up for you. I mean, I am so grateful for this gift of divine insight and divine knowing. It's a gift that we all have. It's called intuition, and it really is a guidance through your feelings and emotions. So here we are back on feeling all your feels. You know, when my pants are getting tight and I'm eating unhealthy things, I know I'm emotionally out of balance, and so I just bring it back to the light, bring it back to my support system. When I'm feeling cranky and irritable, guess what? I know I'm tired, and I bring it back and I get some sleep. When I'm being annoyed by people or things, which I have to say hasn't happened that too often lately, but when I'm annoyed in that sense, I got to bring it back. I know it's me. So I feel like, you know, have patience with yourself this week. Maybe just give yourself this week to observe and be in a space of allowing yourself to receive from the universe. The angel number is 444 and 444. It means hundreds of thousands of angels are with you. Ask them anything. You can receive numbers. You can also receive God's number for me for a very long time has been zeros, but that's kind of shifting into eights now. Eights kind of remind me of the giving and receiving, and the more we receive, the more we're allowed to receive is the capacity that we have to give. When we're giving from an empty place, it all just kind of we just end up filling up with resentment. So the eights lately have been a vibration of prosperity and God vibration. So keep an eye out from them. Even divine signs and pennies and feathers are part of that support energy for you. All right, I'm done. Let me close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance, and especially Mother Earth for her beautiful messages for us this week. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done in mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. And if you are looking for support or divine guidance or life purpose, where am I? Or if you're looking to connect with your loved ones for healing, you know, I take a therapeutic approach to it. So if you can find comfort in that, I have my link to my scheduler down below in the description. I also have a link to my PayPal if you'd like to make a donation to my channel. It just supports the work and my time and my energy into these readings. But you can also support me with leaving me some emojis, some comments. Maybe you can leave me some emojis this week connected to the earth. I know we've got the world emojis, flower emojis, I don't know, anything that's connected to the earth. That would be fun. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, connect with that notification bell so you get an email when these readings come out. If you haven't heard it today, or nobody's told you, you are so loved. God loves you. I love you. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.